Quite a long queue here today. It's very popular. And if it was much warmer, probably be even more. How are you doing? All right?
Are you filming?
Yeah, just a bit.
Quite busy, isn't it?
It is. But then it always is, you know, on Heritage Open Day.
I'm trying to keep the numbers down though.
I know.
Keep as many people outside as possible.
Well, I think you're going to have a problem today, aren't you, really? Because it's so cold out.
Everyone's quite controlled, so they're quite in order. So
Yeah,
right.
no, excellent. Excellent.
If you used to go to get up on the roof.
It's all right.
But the curious thing, as I say, is the
All right. This is where they used to store the gunpowder, down here. And the cannonballs, and then they sent them all the way up onto the gun platform. And then as Napoleon's ships approached, they could blow them out of the water.
Cool.
That was the idea.
Cool.
There were 25 men in here and one officer. And he had half of that floor to kick in and the rest had to make the Shame them and they would reconstruct that. But here you can see they lit it. This was a candle that lit where they kept the gunpowder. Because if you actually had a naked flame in gunpowder,
You know what
not a good idea, is it?
What would happen?
Bang.
Bang. Big bang. Blow up.
But the great thing about this thing, the roof collected all the water, and the water was stored under here in a massive sort of tank. So they were self-contained for quite a few days.
Yeah.
You know, in the
So
event
they can
of,
hold
you know.
themselves up. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a superb construction.
It is, isn't it?
And one good thing to know is these towers were built a little later than the ones that they built on the south coast, because the south coast was more in threat.
Yeah.
But this one has 2 staircases to get to the roof, and it uses 750,000 bricks to build it. You could build 2 or 3 housing estates with the amount of bricks
With
that are
all
in
the
here.
bricks they used. Wow.
And what was the other relevant point? Oh yes, they're about 50% bigger.
Yeah. Oh,
You know, yeah. So the much more substantive tower, built by the same construction company.
Oh, is it?
So I don't know who was doing which to what, but they were known as Pitt's pork pies. Now, if you look at the design, they're a can, weren't they? Like a pork pie. So that's just a brief. Brilliant job.
Yeah.
But you see the roof.
Yeah.
So what they do, you've got a core that carries the platform that carries the guns, but then they take the beams out onto the outer wall. And what's happened in most Martellos is the roof leaks, and it leaks into the wood and rots the wood.
Going to actually fire it into the sea, and now from up there I actually saw the firewood fire it into the big head of the big battery. I don't mind the life that I did. Well,
When you go up, it goes in the room and they've got some really big binoculars.
yeah, because I just keep.
Hang on, let's start recording. Are you ready?
Hooray! Hello, young man. If you'd like to introduce yourself to our audience, you're up from Cornwall,
My
and
name's Ian Henn. I've come up from Cornwall today. My company, Mainmast Conservation. We've come to do a talk about historic artillery and to give a cannon for a demonstration.
so we're here at Martello P behind us, Napoleonic bit. So you're doing what sort of period from a point of view of muskets and little cannon?
This is a replica musket from the Napoleonic period. This is the copy of the British Brown Bess. This is the naval version, so it's one of the shorter versions. They had various different versions. Land tank, new land tank, naval.
A whole raft of stuff. But I suppose if we look at the Napoleonic War in ordnance, an awful lot of stuff happened here, didn't it? From a point of view of guns and muskets and cannons and shrapnel and God.
It was really starting to take off in the Napoleonic period. It then ran into the late Victorian period. Was an absolutely unbelievable part, I think, interest I have, that it's really developed technology-wise. From the reign of one monarch, we went from flint muskets like this to modern bolt-action rifles.
But equally, I think the Martello Tower behind you here actually became redundant because of the development of the rifled cannon, and it was able to penetrate even something as massive as that. So to a degree it sort of, though this was used in the First World War, in the Second World War.
Yes, as many of them were, but for more for less aggressive duties. So a lot of them were spotting towers. Some of them were actually armed as anti-aircraft towers. They put anti-aircraft guns on top of the towers. It was a idea they copied from the Germans who had flak towers,
Yes.
and then a lot of them were radio towers as well.
Well, this was,
As a base.
if you look behind you, is it? Yes, directly
Yes,
behind
you
you,
can
look.
see the
You can see the anchor point for what was massive. Radio mast up on old Martello
Yes, and
Peak.
it
So,
was a-
and this is known, or was known, as Wireless Green. Sadly, with this new development, lots of that sort of supporting history sort of disappears because they give it all new names and that part on.
These towers were repurposed later on for all sorts of other military uses, and then became sites as this one for Coast Guard lookouts, and this one survives as a coastal lookout, which is it's a continuous piece of its history.
It is. It's been in continuous use since 1811, which is quite astounding, isn't it? Well, thank you very much for coming all the way from Cornwall.
Okay, well, thanks.
Have a lovely trip down the wonderful interconnected road network we have. And don't spend too long on either the A303 or the M5.
Oh, no,
Bristol might be you.
very little time on the 303 because that's closed.
Oh,
So,
no.
it'll be M5, M4, M4, M5.
No, you should do it. Just avoid the football. Cheers for now and thanks for coming again.
Thanks very much.
Bye-bye. Bye.